And welcome to my vlog. Well, I've just gotten a call from my daughter, and she says that she was driving down the highway and the temperature got hot and then the motor shut down and she had to coast to the side. So I'm on my way down to rescue her, and I'm afraid the vehicle ran out of antifreeze somehow, because I think it's been either sucking it in or leaking it somewhere, and she failed to keep the antifreeze in it, and that's what happens when it runs out of antifreeze. The motor's gonna overtemp, and then it's gonna shut down because it's too hot to run. And she mentioned that she was putting antifreeze in the reservoir, and you put coolant back in the reservoir but not in the radiator, it won't suck. There's no way for it to suck the antifreeze out of the reservoir to refill the radiator. You've got to keep the radiator full and then the reservoir. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens here. Alright, she says she's real close to the exit up here, so we'll wait and see if I can see her. I'm really hoping that I can get this started again. Because if not, we got a seized motor and a vehicle that's not worth repairing. There she is. I can see her from here. Oh, just in time. There's a trooper. Just in time. There's a trooper that just pulled over to check on her. We'll see what happens here. Not good. Alright, we've been checking it out. I went to put fluid in it. Now we'll see if we can get it running again. Come to find out, right there, you can get my finger on it, right here is a crack. Right at the filler for your radiator. All this time, and it's just enough to blow out antifreeze. You're not going to see where it leaks. Right there. All this time. Can you believe it? Now I rescued her, and now I get into mine. I had the flashers on, and now I'm dead. Oh man, I don't believe this. Freaking amazing. I don't know. I just don't know. I've called Patricia. She's gonna get, because I didn't bring the jumper box. I should have brought the jumper box, thinking ahead, thinking, well, maybe she won't be able to start it now. She's been trying it so many times to start it. I didn't bother to put it in. Never thinking I needed it. So anyway, I've got like two options right now. I have her going in. I had her drive it to Advance, the parking lot right down the street here. She's gonna go in and find out how much it's gonna cost for a new filler neck. If they've got one, which my chances are they don't, and it'll take them 2 or 3 days. I won't have it till Monday to get. She's trying to get to work. She's already 2 hours late. And then the other option, if they don't have it, then I'm gonna pull it. It's only got 2 bolts. 2 bolts and a gasket. Take it home and solder it, and then bring it back. When Patricia gets here, she'll take it to work. Or I change the filler neck because they have one. So those are kind of my options right now. Stay tuned. It's going to take her 20 minutes to get here. So anyway, if you've got an antifreeze leak, get it to a mechanic. Get it to a mechanic and have them look it over. Because they'll do a pressure check on the system and see if it drains down, bleeds down. This thing was it must have been just leaking to a certain extent where I wasn't able to see it, because I don't have a test kit to pressurize it. There were no traces of leakage. And then all of a sudden the other day she had a lot of fluid, but she didn't get it back to me. And then she filled it back up, but she filled up the reservoir instead of the filler. And again, if the radiator doesn't have enough fluid to draw fluid from the reservoir, you're going to have this problem. So thank God the motor is not seized, and I found the antifreeze problem. So it's not sucking it into the motor. It was actually blowing it out of the filler neck right around the bottom where it's brazed. Anyway, we'll be back. Alright, she just checked with Advance, and they didn't know exactly what to call it. So I thought it was the antifreeze filler neck, or coolant cap assembly, and it comes down to being the thermostat housing. So remember that, thermostat housing. Alright, we just got done dealing with Advance. It's not available, so as far as they're concerned, it's a dealer item. I called AutoZone because they had notations in their computer saying that AutoZone would have it. So I just got done talking to AutoZone, two different stores, just to make sure they're on the same page and they don't say unavailable, which means it's a dealer item. Which means I got to go to the dealer to get it, or the junkyard, or I repair it. Thought that was my rescue vehicle. Yep, here comes my rescue vehicle. All right, let's get this party started. Jumper box is plugged in. And we're now running again. Alright, here we are. Unfortunately, my luck would have it, I had the right socket, but I dropped it behind the alternator. And we're in Advance, so I had to go buy a magnet and a mirror to see if I can find it. Also, I'm going to try the liquid steel on it to repair it for right now. Okay, nothing like on-the-road repairs. This is my rescue vehicle again. Okay. Get my fingers out of the way. Hey. Okay. Alright, it's just like pulling the thermostat. Thermostat is underneath it. I just had to unloosen that clamp. Oh my word, it's plastic. I thought it was steel. It's not, it is plastic. Oh man. And as you can see the hole right on through it. And guess what? Somebody's tried to repair this before because it was broke. And the repair has now failed. I thought it was steel. And I just bought steel. Liquid steel to repair it. My luck again. Alright, here we are. Now I've cleaned that down. I've gone ahead and got some permatex. Here, we hold on to that. If I drop it, it's liable to break, period. It is so fine. You can see how the plastic is just starting to really deteriorate here. So it'll definitely have to be replaced as soon as I can find another one. And I'm going to use some permatex plastic cement here and get this repaired temporarily so we can get it out of here. How cool, I didn't notice it actually comes with a dipstick, and it actually has a mixing tray. And this is supposedly a 5-minute weld here. Alright, we got it mixed it up, which is cool. All you gotta do is twist that off. There's no breaking the top. I just hope I put it back on right, so now they don't glue themselves together. Now what I did here, light. Okay, what I did here is I made sure I put a nice coat around, about an inch or so out around the outside of the crack itself. That'll save if there's any cracks further out that I can't see. And I also coated the inside of it real good, about an inch around the outside, around on the inside. And it says it takes about 5 minutes to cure. And what I'm going to do is once that does cure, once I know it's finger hard, which means it won't leave my fingerprints in it, I'm going to take another coat and put on top of that. A pretty doggone big hole. Alright, I've just applied my second coat of JB Weld plastic inside and out. Now, gotta wait for about an hour or so, and then we'll start it up. And hopefully that'll cure, but you can see the plastic here is just slowly deteriorating. So we definitely got to get a new one this week. And then while I I got the cap off, I pulled this thermostat out and I filled up the block with water, so I'm ahead of the game. So I don't have to worry about doing that after I get the cover on. Got to make sure your thermostat's on correctly. So you got an indentation in the cap, and then you've got on your rubber seal, it's going to fit right inside that. Alright, bolts are tight, and I actually got the drain line on, but I'm not going to worry about putting the main one on there until I feel that's fully dried. And I want to make sure that cures before any pressure is put on it. So that's where we're at. We'll be back in an hour.